We have purchased a new family vehicle. It's the BMW X7 M50i Dark Shadow Edition. I'll tell you a little bit about the vehicle before we get into the features that are very useful for our family. It is a special edition BMW. They made 75 of these for the United States. A part of the special edition is this matte gray paint along with these special edition black wheels. The interior is also a two-tone blue leather that is special to this vehicle, as well as some patterns on the dash and touch surfaces of the vehicle that are unique. Overall, it's a sporty vehicle. It drives like a sports car, even though it is a large 203-inch SUV that has 3 rows. So now we'll get into some of the features that we enjoy about this vehicle. First off, it has heated and cooled cup holders. This has come in very handy when we want to keep our drink cold on a hot summer day, or we want to keep our coffee warm. Next, it has front massaging, heated and cooled seats. We find the massaging seats useful after a long trip in the vehicle to go shoot somewhere further away, like the winery. It also has 3-row heated seating, which the heated seats go all the way back to the 3rd row. It even has heated armrests and center console in case your elbows get a little cold. This is a little bit dramatic living in San Diego, but nonetheless, in the wintertime, I've heard that it's nice to have these features. Next, it has a split-level tailgate. This is useful because if you're ever parking on a hill, it'll keep things like groceries or equipment from rolling out the back of the car. We leave the lower level up usually and just reach over it to pull items out of the vehicle. Also, from the rear, you can raise and lower the car with its air suspension to make it even more easier to access from the rear of the vehicle. The air suspension is also very nice when driving the vehicle. It just eats up the bumps and potholes that are around our area, makes it a very smooth ride for the kids in the back as well as us in the front. Next, it has a lower storage compartment. This is particularly useful for storing things like a first aid kit or any of our additional equipment. I noticed that on most of the newer hybrid vehicles, the lower rear storage is taken up by batteries. It actually has to raise the 3rd row up even higher and make it more uncomfortable to sit in. This does not have that, which is a huge benefit to us. It also has ambient lighting throughout the vehicle. This is just kind of a fun party trick that the kids like to point out and change to different colors based on their mood or whatever they're feeling. It also has this Sky Lounge sunroof, which lights up the sunroof into this beautiful color with ambient lighting that looks very nice at night. It also has a self-driving BMW features. These are useful for lane centering and keeping you within your lane, as well as keeping in front of behind the car that's in front of you. It's very useful to just take some of the fatigue out of driving on a long day. So far, I've seen that it works very well on the highway. It tracks your eyes to make sure you're paying attention to the road, but that's a benefit that you don't have to wiggle the steering wheel that often as well. In stop and go traffic, it was perfect. We also find ourselves enjoying the heads-up display. It's very useful for navigation, in particular when going to a new site that we want to film and we don't know how to get there. To have the navigation at eye level out on the road projected without having to look down is nice. This vehicle also has dual pane acoustic glass, which leads to extremely quiet interior. I saw in some test reviews that this car came in second out of any car they ever tested for interior decibel levels at 75 miles an hour on the highway, only beaten by the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. So we definitely notice a difference being able to speak at a regular volume inside on the highway without having to yell over wind noise. Also helps with filming in the car and just talking to the kids back and forth. I also noticed that the brakes on this car are extremely good. They're 15.6 millimeter in the front and 14.7 in the back. It's very important to be able to stop on a dime, and the fact that this drives like a sports car and stops like a sports car is very important to us for safety reasons. It also has other safety features like blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, front collision avoidance, and lane keeping. We do find ourselves always enjoying these type of features when you're pulling in out of parking lots, or just having the safety to know that if we miss something, the car will be there to help. Lastly, it has 5-zone climate control. You can control the second, third row, climates from the front area. Is very useful to help the kids keep cool, and the passengers can also adjust it themselves. So overall, this vehicle has been great for our family so far. We bought it recently, and we'll continue to use it in videos. You'll probably be seeing it in videos. It has many different features that we find useful for everyday life, and I hope you enjoyed this video learning a little bit about our lives.